Good morning, everyone. It's 6:42. I've been up since 5:15, and we are at the Green River Lakes trailhead in Wyoming's Wind River Mountains. The trailhead is empty. There are only 3 cars here, including mine, and that bodes well for today's adventure. It's a beautiful morning. It was a little bit cloudy and foggy when I woke up, and it still is a little bit cloudy, but it looks like that might burn off as the day goes on. And our trail is going to take us off in this direction. And here we go. Here's a better view across the lake. Looks like something out of a storybook, doesn't it? Looks like a fantasy world painting. Unbelievable. This is Flat Top Mountain. This is going to feature prominently in today's adventure, so keep an eye on this one. It's early to be in this mountain range. The wind rivers are high and get a lot of snow and are very cold. I'm here in early June. I don't know when you'll be watching this, maybe in a month or two. It got down to about 27 degrees at camp last night, and the temperature is still at about freezing right now. And the famous Continental Divide Trail cuts off to the left from here, but we are going to be sticking right over this little footbridge, and we're going to be going around the left side of the lake here. And man, I just can't get over that. What amazing scenery. The lake in question is called Lower Green River Lake. There is also an Upper Green River Lake that we will also be going alongside. But anyway, going back to how early in the season it is. It's too early to get very high in these mountains. Again, there's still feet of snow up there. But it's not too early, I think, to go deep into the mountains. And so that's the plan for today. I'm going to be hiking 22, 23, 24 miles in these mountains today. Should be fun. I've been hiking for a little under an hour now, and I've gone 2.36 miles. I'm now at the first major trail junction or fork. We're going to be taking the right fork, continuing along the main trail through the bottom of the valley here. But in a previous video, I hiked up this Clear Creek Canyon over this way, which is absolutely spectacular. One of the best day hikes I've ever done. Just mind-blowing, mind-bending scenery, rocky pinnacles, cascading waterfalls, beautiful mountain lakes. I'll link to that video as well as the other ones that I have filmed in the Wind Rivers down below. Feels good to be in the sun as we walk through this meadow here, although I think we're going to go back into the forest pretty quick. And I'm keeping my eyes peeled for bears and moose. I do have bear spray. This is bear country. This is grizzly bear country, so I'm ready should we encounter one at close range. I've seen a bunch of elk this year, but I don't think I've seen any moose, and I certainly haven't seen any bear, so that's the goal. I've made it all the way around Lower Green River Lake. That was over here, and then there's a little short stretch of the Green River leading to Upper Green River Lake. There is a bridge up ahead because there are 2 ways of hiking around Lower Green River Lake. Every time I've done it, I've gone around this side of the lake, but there is also a trail around this side of the lake, and then that bridge gets you back onto the main trail over here. And I'm just bringing that up because I'm gonna take that trail on the way back. I figured that the views of a flat top mountain would be better from the side that we did. I think that is true, but for the sake of exploring new territory, covering new ground, I will do the other side later on in the day. It's also warmed up nicely, so I'm taking off the jacket. And also, you may have noticed in the video this white thing dangling from my backpack. I've moved it around trying to find the best place for it. It's now currently on the lid of my backpack. This is a little Bluetooth thermometer, and I saw some guy on a backpacking channel recommend it, and so I picked it up. It was like $15 from Amazon. It syncs with your phone, so I can check the temperature right now. Let's refresh. 37.1 degrees Fahrenheit with 77% relative humidity. But it's pretty cool. Like, you can see, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this, if it'll focus, but there's a graph of the temperature change. Pretty neat. I like having data, and I like sharing that data with you guys, so I'm pretty happy with that so far. I'll put a link to that also in the video description if you're interested. Okay guys, it's been a while. I've been hiking for about 4 hours, covered about 10 miles, and we are at a bridge across the Green River, obviously. It's a little bit overcast, but the weather is holding. It's still a beautiful day, but I've got 2 orders of business to do on the other side of the bridge here. First, I need to get some water. I need to take my backpack off here. So I started off the hike today with one liter of water, and I'm just about out. In fact, let me finish this off. Done. And so that's all I brought. So I need to filter some more. I did bring a water filter because I knew that there would be water the entire time today. So I've got this water bottle for dirty water, and then the one I've been drinking out of will be for the clean filtered water. But I should probably put water in it first. That would be a good idea. Whoa. Very cold water, as you can probably imagine. Okay, and then we'll screw the filter on. This is the Sawyer Squeeze filter. I prefer this to the other one they make that's called the Squeeze Mini. That one is lighter and smaller, but it's kind of a pain to use. This one is just faster. The flow rate is higher, just makes life easier. And so we just turn it over and squeeze. This is a relatively affordable filter. I think it's like $35 maybe. You can even buy them at Walmart or of course on Amazon. You can just drink directly from the water bottle, you know, like this. and that'll save you having to bring 2 bottles, but I like to just deal with the filter once and then not think about it until I've gone through all the water. And that only took less than 2 minutes. It was like 1minute 50 something seconds to filter that liter of water. We're good to go. And then the second chore has to do with the camera. I need to switch out the battery, which is down here, and the SD card, which is right here. This is the camera that has been filming most of what you've seen so far. I've filmed a little bit with my phone, and I'm filming right now on a GoPro. But this is the main camera. It's a Sony FX30, and the lens on here I always forget. This is the Sony 18 to 135 lens, and then I have a little carbon fiber tripod, and then a different ball head, and then I have a Sony microphone on here. I'll put links to all this stuff down below if you want to check it out. But here's where I keep my SD cards. Got a lot of them, and I always need more. And then got an extra battery right here. And that's it. We're good to go. And then I also have a DJI wireless microphone. That's what I'm using now. And that's about it. So this bridge marks almost a turning point in the hike. Up until now, I've done this hike before. I've done this whole hike because a few years ago I hiked up Granite Peak, which is the highest mountain in Wyoming. And for that, the way I did it, you go a few more miles up this valley and then hang a left up a little side canyon. And anyway, I'll put a link to that video down below also if you want to check that out. It took me 3 days. It was like 40 miles of hiking, really burly mountain. But from here on out, it'll be mostly new terrain for me. And we don't have much farther to go, maybe a couple miles, but just a few hundred feet up the trail, there's a side trail that cuts off and leads up the side of the valley. And that's what we're gonna be doing. That's what we're gonna hike to. And so, what do we have here for lunch? I have just a bag of hiking food I've been snacking on off and on. I'm gonna have some crackers, and then maybe some olives, and then a fruit leather. Okay, I'm now looking for that side trail that cuts off from the main trail. I see one going off over that way. I think that's to a campsite or something. I think this is what I'm looking for. So here's the main trail. And do you see the little side trail? And I see what looks like a sign way out on a tree in the meadow over there. Let's go get a closer look. Well, that's not helpful. It says no camping within 200 feet of trails, restoration site. Okay. Still don't quite know where the main trail is, but let me show you around here. So, got some mountains up there. I'm in this beautiful open meadow. Got some mountains up here. This one is called Granite Mountain, which I think is hilarious because literally every mountain in this mountain range is granite. And so, like who decided that this was going to be the one that was Granite Mountain? I don't get it. Anyway, actually I say that every mountain here is granite, but you can tell the top of this mountain is not. Looks like limestone or something. Anyway, continuing around our meadow tour, epic pointy craggy mountains up there. Epic pointy craggy mountains over here and farther up the canyon. And as we continue hiking up this way, well, if we were to continue hiking up that way, which we're not, we'd run into snow eventually. You can see there's more snow on the mountains around us. But we are looking for a trail that goes over this way. So there's a trail that ostensibly goes up this slope to a lake up here beside Granite Mountain. That's what I'm looking for. And I have a GPS track on my phone of where the trail should be, and I can see like a slight indentation in the grass here. And so I'm just going basically in the direction that I know the trail should generally be going in, and hopefully I can run across a more defined trail at some point. This is a pretty, I think this is a relatively obscure little side trail, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I found it. I think it's this. Yeah, and we're going right. My feet are pretty wet now though from squishing through the meadow, but that's okay. We'll dry off soon enough. I think I'm leaving the side of that little creek and I'm starting to go up the mountain now. From here to the lake that I want to get to is about 1,200 feet of elevation gain. There has been very little elevation gain until now, up to this point. It's been it's a very mild hike. That's what makes that hike so great. It's stunning, but it's actually pretty darn easy. It's just a little bit long, depending on how far up the valley here you go. And here's the trail that I'm following. Kind of a faint trail through the forest and up the mountain. I just saw a snake. Where'd it go? It slithered off. Its hole must be somewhere right here, because I don't see it anymore. This is steep. This is a steep trail. I thought it would be switchbacks, but no, it's just kind of wiggles up the mountain. Also, can you tell that it's raining? It is, just starting to sprinkle a little bit. About halfway up the slope now. It's 55 degrees Fahrenheit, 43.1% relative humidity. It feels muggy and warm. Check out this view that just opened up to my left. Holy cow. These are some impressive mountains. And I mentioned earlier that I went up this way to climb Granite Peak. This is the side canyon I went up. So I followed the bottom of the Green River Valley until I got to about here, then I hung a left up that way. Man. That is something else. And I'm not entirely sure, but I think this big snowy one is called Lad Peak or Whitecap Peak. One of those. They're both about 12,900 feet high. So, fairly large mountains. Oh man, that was brutal. I think I've crested the top and I'm kind of on flat / slightly downhill terrain now. I'm only, I think, like 100 feet or a couple hundred feet from the lake, but I can't even see it here. It's somewhere through these trees. Okay, I'm at the edge of the lake now, and there is a pretty darn great view. Look at this beauty right here. And look at the lake. Wow. Whew, I'm tired. Let's go find a better place to sit and relax. It's a little bit boggy, a little bit marshy over there. I guess this is as good a place as any. This isn't a super hospitable lake. Like, there's not a nice flat spot right at the edge. It's very windy here. It's cold. I don't know how, well, I was gonna say I don't know how cold it is, but I actually can figure that out fairly easily. Let's see, 50.4 degrees. It feels much colder than that. Must be because of the wind. Can you see that it's like snowing or hailing or something on me? I need to get a jacket out. I am cold. You know, the lake is nice, but I didn't really care about the lake too much. I just wanted I wanted to hike somewhere in this area that I hadn't hiked to before. And I saw like one picture of this lake online and thought, hey, that looks pretty. That looks like a, you know, as good a place as any to hike to. And so we're here, but the real star of the show, can you guys see what's happening with the weather? The real star of the show is the valley down below. And that view also on the way up here, that was amazing. The hike coming up here just was so bad, leaving the valley floor and climbing up the side. Very, very few people, I'm guessing, hike up here, and for good reason, now that I've done that trail. Wild weather up here. And let me give you a wider angle pan around the entire lake, around the entire area. Beautiful. Kind of miserable, but beautiful. Yeah, here's a closer look at what's coming down on us. Nice. All right, we're a little bit more sheltered here. I'm 20 or 30 feet back from the edge of the water. The trees are giving me a little bit of a wind break. Whew. You know what else I brought with me today? Something that I never bring on hikes. I brought, if I can dig it out of my backpack here, I brought a chair. I don't think I'm going to use this. The plan was to, spend an hour or two up here fishing, hanging out, but it's just kind of miserable. It's just cold and windy, and I think I should probably drop down in elevation as soon as I can, get back down to the valley floor. If the weather is nice once I get there, then maybe I'll whip the chair out, but I am going to stop here for a quick food break. I don't have anything very good left. Just standard stuff, nuts and jerky. And I should have made a peanut butter Nutella sandwich last night and brought it with me. I bought some bread yesterday. I have peanut butter and Nutella in my car, and that was the plan, but I just kind of forgot or was lazy, or I don't know, but I'm wishing I had it now. That sounds so good. But we'll survive. I've got plenty of calories to keep me alive, if not keep me happy with the state of my belly. But I think I'm gonna eat these, and then we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna hike back down out of here. I'm gonna go the way I came. I'm gonna slide back down the mountain to the bottom of the valley. Anyway, I don't know if I'll have much to share with you guys on the way down. I'm mostly gonna not film. I'm mostly just gonna hike, but I'll probably record some clips of, again, of the beautiful scenery and any animals that I might see. But I need to hurry up and eat this and then get back down the mountain. The temperature is now 44.9 degrees, and I've gone 12.19 miles over 6 hours and 12 minutes with 1,700 feet of elevation gain. Not too bad. Well, the snow hail has stopped and it's now sunny. I mean, it's only 10 minutes later, but I'll take it. Also, I realized that this is square top. we're just kind of on the other side of it. I was going to fish here. That's why I have a tenkara rod in my backpack. You might have seen that sticking out of the side of my pack. And I was also considering hiking up Granite Mountain, which is over here somewhere through the trees. You can kind of see a little bit of gray over there. Because, that would have been an awesome view of Square Top, but I'm ready to get down off this mountain, I think. I don't even know if there are fish in this lake, and I would say that we'll save Granite Mountain for next time, but there's not going to be a next time. I'm not going to do that trail again, so that's okay. Plenty of other mountains in our future, I'm sure. But for now, let's get back down into the valley, the warm, green valley below. Welcome to camp, welcome to home for the night. I chose this spot because it's tucked back into the trees a little bit more. I wanted a little bit of protection from wind or the elements. It's pretty calm now though, it's beautiful. Have a mountain view over here, and then the Green River is just over here. There were plenty of more, I guess, spectacular campsites available in this area. Like, you can camp right next to the river. I camped down there in the previous video, and some of them have great mountain views looking back toward where we were hiking today. But I wanted to feel cozy. I wanted to feel tucked up against the hillside, tucked up in the forest, and I'm happy with this spot. I changed into fresh clothes, into clean, dry clothes, so I'm feeling on top of the world. I had a sandwich for dinner that I bought in town yesterday, along with 4 Reese's peanut butter cups and like half a clamshell thing of cherry tomatoes. So I'm feeling good. I've got a full belly. I think I earned it. And let me read to you some of the stats from the day's adventure. 24.43 miles total, with only 2,200 feet of elevation gain. That's not that much given the distance that we traveled. But again, like I said this morning, the goal wasn't to get high today, it was to go deep into the mountains, and we did that. Mission accomplished. And then it was just under 12 hours car to car, 11 hours and 42 minutes to be exact. And I also mentioned this morning that I had planned on going on the way back to the car around the other side of the lake. I tried doing that, but it was super muddy, super boggy right after I had crossed the bridge across the river there. So I backtracked and just went the way that I went this morning. But man, what a day. I feel filled. I feel full. I feel like I've recharged my batteries in the mountains. I can head back home. I can head back to civilization and kind of cruise on what we experienced here today. Such incredible scenery. What a beautiful place. And it just doesn't get old. I love these mountains, and I hope you can see why. I hope you can appreciate the beauty of what we saw today. The most incredible thing to me is that I saw 2 people the entire day. And you know where that was? Where I saw those people? Like a mile before I got back to the car. And so I went for, 23 and a half miles and 11 and a half hours of hiking without seeing a soul. And that to me is remarkable. To have one of the most beautiful places in the entire country all to myself, it was really special. It was a really, really great day. And I'm on top of the world. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I am camping here tonight, but I'm leaving sometime tomorrow to go back home. This is the last video from this trip. I'm gonna do a little bit of hiking around here tomorrow and then try to do some fishing, but we'll see what the weather does. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your favorite part was. Let me know if you have any questions. And I'll see you in the next one. Be sure to check out Adventure Know-How, my new site, where you can gain access to a map of all of my free campsites, plus monthly bonus videos that you won't find anywhere else. Learn more at adventureknowhow.com. And for links to everything else SUV RVing related, visit suvrving.com. Links to these sites and more will be in the video description.